Could you disappear into the snow to hunt something that is also hunting you? 20,000 years ago, at the peak of the last glacial maximum, Cro-Magnon hunters did exactly that. Temperature, 35 degrees C. Visibility, near zero. The predator ahead, a cave lion weighing over 300 kilograms, with reflexes 3 times faster than yours. No rifle, no thermal scope, no emergency beacon, just skin, bone, and an intelligence sharpened by millennia of frozen survival. The Greenland Ice Core Project, one of the most precise paleoclimatic records ever assembled, confirms what seems impossible to modern minds. Europe during the last glacial maximum was a vast frozen steppe stretching from the Atlantic coast to Siberia. Winds regularly exceeded 80 km/h. Temperatures dropped to 40 degrees Celsius for months at a time. The tree line had retreated so far south that entire regions now covered by forests were open tundra, exposed, brutal, and merciless. This was not a world humans were biologically designed for. We are tropical primates, our skin freezes in minutes, our core temperature drops fatally within hours of exposure. Frostbite can begin in under 10 minutes at 30 degrees C with wind chill, and yet they not only survived, they hunted the largest, most dangerous animals on the planet. How? Close your eyes and imagine it. You have been lying flat on the snow for over 2 hours. Your body has stopped shaking, which is no longer a good sign. The shivering reflex that generates heat has simply given up. Your fingers lost feeling 45 minutes ago. Your breath is a slow, controlled mist you keep as shallow as possible because every exhale is a signal, a warm cloud of vapor that a predator's eyes can track across 200 meters of open ice. 30 meters ahead, a woolly mammoth shifts its weight. The snow compresses under 4 tons of prehistoric muscle. The sound carries through the frozen ground directly into your chest. You do not move. This was not recklessness, this was strategy, refined over thousands of years of trial, failure, and survival. Paleolithic hunters developed what modern military tacticians would recognize as a sophisticated camouflage doctrine, adapted perfectly to one of the harshest environments on Earth. What the archaeology tells us: the archaeological site of Sungir, located in Russia and dated to approximately 34,000 years ago, is one of the most extraordinary windows into Ice Age human life ever discovered. Researchers found burial sites containing individuals dressed in garments decorated with over 3 zooazurid mammoth ivory beads, evidence not just of culture and ritual, but of highly engineered clothing systems. Scientists at the University of Copenhagen, studying similar Paleolithic textile and hide technologies, estimate that layered garments made from Arctic fox, reindeer, and white wolf pelts achieved thermal insulation efficiency comparable to modern 40-degree grated expedition jackets. These were not primitive rags, they were precision survival technology. But warmth was only half the equation. The pelts were chosen deliberately for color and texture. White Arctic fox fur blended into snow. Grey-white wolf hide broke the human silhouette against an overcast sky. Reindeer skin, when dried, reflects light in patterns nearly identical to wind-packed snow. This was active, intentional camouflage, not accidental. Behavioral evidence from ethnographic studies of modern Arctic hunters, particularly the Inuit and Siberian Chukchi peoples, whose techniques preserve traditions stretching back thousands of years, reveals the full picture. Hunters approached prey downwind, crawling in slow motion, using natural terrain features, ridges, ice formations, frozen riverbeds, as cover. They studied animal behavior patterns obsessively, knowing that a mammoth's blind spot sat directly behind its left shoulder, that a cave bear scanning for threats moved its eyes before its head, that a muskox herd always positioned the strongest males facing north into prevailing winds. Knowledge accumulated over generations, passed in stories around fires, encoded in ritual, tested against the ice. The predators they faced modern humans tend to forget what Ice Age Europe actually contained. The cave lion, Panthera spelaea, was not a lion in the familiar African sense. It was larger, faster, and adapted to cold pursuit across open terrain. Fossil records analysed by researchers at the Natural History Museum of London suggest it regularly hunted woolly rhinoceros and young mammoths. A human, even armed, represented easy prey unless that human was invisible. The cave hyena hunted in coordinated packs across frozen plains. The short-faced bear, Arctodus simus in North America, stood nearly 4 meters tall on its hind legs and could outrun a horse over short distances. To hunt in this landscape, humans did not compete through physical superiority. They competed through intelligence, patience, and invisibility. Today, Norwegian Arctic Special Forces, some of the most elite cold-weather soldiers on the planet, train in environments deliberately designed to replicate Ice Age survival conditions. Their winter camouflage protocol includes full white over whites, movement rates reduced to centimeters per minute during approach, breath control techniques borrowed directly from traditional Arctic hunting cultures, and positioning strategies that would be immediately recognizable to a Cro-Magnon hunter. The materials have changed. Gore-Tex has replaced wolfskin, ceramic fiber insulation has replaced layered mammoth fat lining, GPS coordinates have replaced star navigation across frozen tundra. But the core principles, patience, invisibility, wind awareness, terrain mastery, and respect for the animal's superior senses, remain identical. 20,000 years of technological revolution, and the ice still demands exactly the same things from the human body and mind. Remove the technology. Strip away the synthetic layers, the GPS, the emergency satellite communicator, the freeze-dried ration pack. Place a modern human, average fitness, average knowledge, on the Eurasian steppe at the height of the last glacial maximum. Researchers studying human physiological responses to extreme cold, including landmark studies published by the Journal of Applied Physiology, estimate that an unequipped modern human would experience dangerous hypothermia within 2 to 4 hours of exposure at 35 degrees C. Cognitive impairment begins before the physical collapse. Decision-making deteriorates, spatial awareness fails, panic overrides reason. The Cro-Magnon hunter had something no modern survival manual can fully replicate: a lifetime of cold, a nervous system calibrated to it, a culture built entirely around it, a childhood spent learning, failing, and adapting within it. The ice did not break them, it built them. The white wasteland does not forgive hesitation, it never did. The only difference between survival and disappearance, 20,000 years ago and today, is whether you can become part of the landscape before the landscape consumes you. If this journey through the Ice Age changed the way you see human survival, hit like and subscribe. Every week we go deeper into the coldest, most extreme chapters of human history. The next one is even darker. Stay close.